but to solve. To solve and explain as well. So let's start with 2017 paper 3, like I said. Yeah. The exam you are preparing for is BEC, Basic Education Certificate exam. And that's why we have the topic to be review of BEC past questions. And now we start with 2017, paper 3. So when I solve one question, I call any member of the class to solve the next question. Just like that, so you finish the whole questions well. So now the first question is number 1. A. You are given an equation involving fraction. A fractional equation. At the left hand side of this equation, you have this 2x plus 1 all over 3 minus 4x. Minus 4x. Then at the right hand side, you have 2 over 3. So this is the equation. To solve an equation means to find the value of your known variable. What is your known variable there? What's it there? What's your name? Farida. What's your known variable in Joshua? What's your known variable in this equation? Letter x. So to solve this equation means to find the value of letter x. That will make the left hand side equal to the right hand side. So yes, then what's the first thing that we are doing to solve this equation? What's the first step in order to solve this equation? Yes, anyone else? Okay, anyone? You cross multiply. Send that in here. Cross multiply. Of course, the numerator at the right hand side will cross there to multiply the denominator at the left hand side, and vice versa. So that means you have this 3 to multiply 2x plus 1. This 3 here. This multiplies this. And equals to 2 to multiply 3 minus 4x. So we have cross multiply now. The next thing, since I have introduced brackets, the next thing is to remove the bracket. So that means the multiplier at the left hand side is 3. So that means 3 multiplies each term in the bracket. 3 times 2x will give you 6x. 3 times plus 1, that is plus 3. And at the right hand side, 2 times 3 is 6. And 2 times minus 4 will give you minus 8x. Then, Tamara, what's the next step? What are we supposed to do next? You collect like 10. That was a good one. Collect like 10. So that means this is 6x. When you move this minus 8x to come to the left hand side to change to positive 8x. So that means plus 8x. And 6 is already here. Nothing will change there. By the time you move this plus 3 to go to the right hand side, it becomes minus 3. So you have 6x plus 8x at the left hand side equals 6 minus 3. And of course, what is 6x plus 8x? Backward. 14x. This is 14x. And at the right hand side, 6 minus 3 will give you 3. Then, Jafar, what are we supposed to do next? Jafar, where's Jafar? What's your surname? Jafar, what are we supposed to do next? We divide both sides by 14 so that x alone remains at the left hand side. Because we have said to solve an equation means to find the value of the unknown variable, which is that letter x. So that we divide both sides by 14. This is 14x divided by 14. And at the right hand side you have 3, also divided by 14. And of course, 14 divided 14 out, you have x remaining there. And this is now 3 over 14. That means x is equal to 3 over 14. The solution of this equation is x equals to 3 over 14. You can write now. I know some people can write now.
Thank you.
Are we through with that? Okay. How many people are still writing? As fast as possible. 1 minute. Okay, question number 1B now. Question 1B. You have 1BI, and then there's another one that's either. I have to move to another. Yeah. To make B the subject of the formula, and the formula given to you is E is equal to mB squared over 2. You want to make B the subject. Yes, anyone? Right here. Is that not your name? Any other way? You just don't before, that was me. Make B the subject. Can you explain to us? You explain it to yourself. Just listen to that, please.
Okay, so E is the subject of the formula.
Can you speak louder?
E equals to mg squared over x1. So you start from the simplest form. This is over 2 and divided by 2. So when it has to move here, the sign has to change to multiplication. So E times 2 is 2E. Then that's 2E equals to mg squared. Then you have to leave only B on the side. So M is beside B, and the invisible sign is when M is multiplication. So when it has to move here, it has to take it to division. So 2E over M equals to B squared. But B squared is not the same thing as B. So to remove the square from it, you have to square root both sides. So when you square root them, the
Square root cancel the square
the
out.
square root cancels the square out, and it becomes square root.
Thank you very much. Please, a round of applause for her. That was a very nice one. You are given the formula. As it is, E is the subject. The subject of the formula is the only letter of the variable that is at one side of the equation or the formula. The formula you are given, E is equal to mv squared over 2. That means E is the subject. And the instruction now is that you change the subject from being E to B. So you are going to solve it as if it's an equation. The variable you are making the subject is now the unknown variable. So B is the unknown. So we want to find an expression for P. So since this, you have the right answer of this equation being a fraction. You can just make the left hand side also a fraction. So it becomes E over 1 is equal to mv squared over 2. Since you have fraction at two ends of the equation, you cross multiply. So that means 2 times E, that's how we got 2E. 1 times mv squared will still give you mv squared. That is why you have 2E is equal to mv squared. Since I want B to be the subject, I want B alone to remain at one side. So the next thing is to remove this m that we have with v squared. So she divided both sides by m. So that means m is out of this. When you divide m is out, and this becomes 2e over m. At the right hand side, you only have b squared. Then, like she directly mentioned, we are looking for b, not v squared. So you have to look for a way of removing that square, that power of 2 on b. So the inverse operation of square is the square root. So just take square root of both sides. And that's what she did there. So square root of 2e over m is equal to square root of b squared. The square root will cancel out square because they are inverse operation. So that means you have b alone remaining, which is equal to the square root of 2e over m. That was a good one. Thank you. Then there is an additional question there, which is II. For question number 1b. Now, says now, find the value of v. V is not known. I put a question mark there. Find the value of v when m is equal to 2 and e is 64. M is equal to 2, e is 64. You have to find the value for m. Any other place? Find the value for v when m is equal to 2 and e is 64.
equals to 8 over 2 times 4 divided by.
Raji,
So okay, the square root of 4 plus 8.
okay. Thank you. So you already have a formula for V. So V is equal to square root of 2E over F. Now you are given that M is 2 and E is 64. Just substitute the values into the formula given to you. So where you have M, put 2 to replace. Where you have E, put 64. So that means this becomes 2E, that's 2 times 64 over M. Our M is also 2. 2 divides 2 out, and you are left with square root of 64. Square root of 64 is plus or minus 8. Then now for this, you can just leave it as 8. So that means V is equal to 8. Yeah. That was a good one, thank you. Then the next question, those that are writing, you can give me the next 1 minute to do that. Are we ready? Tamara. Then the next question, number 2. You are given a polygon there. So find the value of y in the polygon given. What's the name of this polygon? What makes it a pentagon? What's a pentagon? A 5-sided polygon. A pentagon is a 5-sided polygon. Now, it's having 5 sides, also having 5 angles. 2 of the angles are labeled letter Y. Then, other 2 angles there are 90 degrees each. And the fifth one is 80 degrees as labeled there. Yes, who's going to solve that? I want someone there. Raji, find the value of y. Find the value of y in this polygon. Of course, what's the value of this angle here? 90 degrees. What about this? And this is, so these two are shaded y. So, and it's a pentagon. We have said that earlier. So find the value of y. Yes, anyone else? Here, I want this one. Princess. Come on, sir. Find the value of y in that pentagon. Before you go on, please stop right now, please. Sir. In the exam, if you do this, you are not going to be given the full mark. You are supposed to ensure how you arrive at this point to be the sum of angles in the pentagon. There's a formula for that, and there's a working that you are going to show regarding this. Please take note of that. Don't skip steps, please. Mathematics, the steps are even more important than the answer. If the mark for the answer is 1, maybe the step will be 2. So if you are getting 1 and you are losing 2, then which one is okay? So please, you are supposed to show how you arrive at 5 points to be. I'm not saying you are wrong, but you have to show me how you got 5 points to be the sum of angles in the pentagon. Is that fair? So you have to do that. You can change your position. You don't put them at the front. Then now, that is different. And that's now explain.
This sign means this angle is 90 degrees, same here. So, sum of angles in a pentagon is 540 degrees. Then you add. Self-explanatory.
Okay, thank you. This is a pentagon. A pentagon is a polygon with 5 sides. Why it is 7 sides? What's the name? I'm asking you. Yes, what's your name? Yes. What's the name of a 7-sided polygon? Yes, Tamara. 7-sided polygon. Heptagon. Heptagon. What about 9-sided polygon? Yes? Non-agon. 10-sided polygon? Decagon. Decagon. Yes, 6-sided polygon. Raji. A polygon having 6 sides. Exactly. That's exactly. Then when the polygon is having all sides and angles being equal, Miriam, what do you call that kind of polygon? When all the sides are equal, the length, all the angles are equal. That's a general name for a polygon that's having all sides equal, all angles equal. Yes? Yes, sir. Sir. Yes, a polygon having all sides equal, all angles equal. Okay. A regular polygon. A polygon is regular when all yes, can be given to you in the objective question. A polygon is regular when all the sides are equal and all the angles are equal. Give me an example, yes? Yes. And yes. And example of something. Okay. Give me an example of a regular polygon. Let's sit up. Huh? Yes, blessing. A square. A square is having 4 equal sides, 4 equal angles. So a square is a regular polygon. Then another one is an equilateral triangle. An equilateral triangle is having 3 equal sides, 3 equal angles. The other ones are just regular pentagons, so they're special. Those are the two that are having special needs. Okay, let's come back to this. This is a pentagon. It's having 5 sides and angles. Then, if you check now, the angles are labeled with 3 of them having letter Y. This is what letter Y, this is 90 degrees, 90 degrees, and 80 degrees. So the sum of angles in a polygon generally is calculated using this formula. It is either use 180 into n minus 2 like she did, or 90 into 2n minus 4. Still the same thing. Because if you factorize out 2 from this bracket, I need to multiply 90, that's to give me the 180. So they are the same. So this is the formula for sum of angles in a polygon, where n is representing the number of sides. So what is n here? What is n in this particular polygon? 5. That's 5 sides. And that's why she substituted 5 for n. So you have 180 into 5 minus 2. Of course, 5 minus 2 is 3. And 180 times 3 will be 540 degrees. So that means the sum of angles in a pentagon is 540 degrees. So that means y plus 90 plus 90 plus 80, that's sum of the angles is 540 degrees. If you now check at the left hand side, there are like terms. Y and y are alike. Then the other ones are also alike. They are numbers without any letter being attached. So that is y plus y is 2y. Then 80 plus 90 give you 170. And 170 plus 90 give you 260. That's how she got 260 here. So this is 2y plus 260 is equal to 540 degrees. And even from that step, there are still like terms. 540 and 260 are numbers without any letter being attached to them. So she moved this 260 to come to the right hand side. That's a collection of like terms. This is positive 260. I'm going to the right hand side to change to a negative number. So it is now minus 260. So you have 2y is equal to 540 minus 260. And when you subtract 260 from 540, that will be 280 degrees. So 2y is equal to 280. Then divide both sides by 2. That is 2y divided by 2, you have y remaining. 280 divided by 2 will be 140. That means y is equal to 140 degrees. And that answers the question. Y is equal to 140 degrees. Okay, then question number 2b. Are you still writing this?
No.
Question number 2b. You are given a right angle triangle. Oh yeah. And the first question, calculate the length of line AC. Calculate the length of line AC. Calculate the length of line AC. Yes, I want someone from this first one. Anyone there? What's your name? What's your name? Awale. You are given two sides in that triangle, right hand triangle, and you are looking for the length of the third side. Want to try? Yes. What's your name? Yeah, want to try? You want to try? You want to try? You want to try? One side. I want someone that is here to answer, to solve the question. Yes, that one. In the right angle triangle, you have two sides. You are looking for the length of the third side. It doesn't look like 5. Okay, please, whenever you are given, please stop right now. Whenever you are given a right angle triangle, in which two of the sides are given, then to get the length of the third side, use the Pythagoras theorem, Pythagoras rule. Yes? Who can say the Pythagoras rule? Yes? What's your name? Yes? Can you say the Pythagoras rule or Pythagoras theorem? Please, let's listen to her. Hypotenuse square is equal to. I can't spell the other. Hypotenuse square is equal to adjacent square. Speak louder now. Okay, plus opposite. Okay. Okay. But please, the proper way to state the Pythagoras rule. That's a very important aspect that you missed out. Pythagoras rule is only applicable to a right angled triangle, and that should reflect in your statement. In a right angled triangle, the square of the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides. Because before you can say one side is opposite to adjacent, you must consider a particular angle. This is what I'm talking about here. This here. This is a right angle triangle. See, this is the right angle. The only side that is filled, that doesn't change, is the hypotenuse. So that means this is the hypotenuse here. But if I consider this angle, for instance, let's say this angle is alpha. This is opposite. Is that not?
Yes.
But if I consider it to be, if I consider this angle, is this the opposite again? No. That means this becomes the opposite then. And that's why the only side that has a fixed name is the hypotenuse. It is the longest side, or the side that is directly facing the right angle. So that's the hypotenuse. Then before you consider a side to be opposite, you must consider an angle. So if you consider this angle, this is opposite. If you consider this angle, then here becomes the opposite. So that's why, in order to state, say in a right angle triangle, the square of the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides. So that's what you apply now. Whenever you are looking for the hypotenuse, you add the square of the other two sides. And whenever you are looking for a side that is not the hypotenuse, you subtract. So line AC is the hypotenuse here because it's facing the right angle. So it is AC squared is equal to AC squared is equal to 3 squared plus 4 squared. 3 squared is 9, this is 9. Plus 16, that's 4 squared, and that will be 25. So it's the square root of 25, which is equal to 5. So line AC is equal to 5. And that answers the question. Line AC is equal to 5. Then, the last question now. You want to try? Or you have a question? Okay, yes. Kafar. Find the area of triangle ABC. Come and solve it. Find the area of triangle ABC. Find the area of triangle ABC. That is II, right? Find the area of triangle ABC. You can explain now. Explain.
Formula for area of triangle. Have base times height. Then base, when you solve the triangle, the base is being utilized for solve meaning is equal to 2 times 10.
Okay, thank you. When you are given a right angle triangle, then the formula for the area is half base times height. The first time you are given this triangle now. Let's say you are given this to be maybe this angle is 60 degrees. This side is 4, and then here is 6. How to find the area of this? Because there is no height there. Yes? Okay, sorry, let's finish this. Since this is a right angle triangle, it has a base and the height is also given there. So the formula is area is half base times height. The base and the height are the perpendicular lines. The lines that form right angles. So that means here, you can see this is either we call this base and this is height. Or we call this base and this height. Just so that these two lines that form angle 90 degrees, those are the base and the height. Exactly. So 5 is not used here. This side that we got as 5 is not applicable in finding the area of this triangle. So that's why it is 1 over 2 times 3 times 4. So 2 divided 4 give you 2, and that 2 times 3 will give you 6. So the area is 6 centimeters square. And I said now, if I do a triangle where the height is not given, how to find this an example here? Where is the noise from? How to find the area of this triangle? Blessing. How is it going to find the area of this triangle? Let's say this is triangle A, B, and C. To find the area of triangle ABC, yes? Explain, just explain to me. Or you want to come and solve it? Back reading. How to find the area of this triangle? The base is not given, you don't know the height. Then you are given two sides and the angle between them. This side is given as 6 units, that's centimeter, or less than 6 centimeters, this is 4 centimeters. The angle between them is given as 60 degrees. And the instruction is that you should, or the question is that you should find the area of this triangle. So how are you going to find the area of this triangle? You should be able to do this. Yes? Is there anyone that's still writing the solution on the left hand side? Nobody, so you can read the left hand side. As fast as possible. You are not right. What you did is not correct. Yes, anyone else? There is a way you can solve it. You don't need to divide it. Yes? Anyone? Please, you want to try? Okay. Now, there are different formulae for area of the triangle depending on the information given to you. When you are given two sides and the angle between them, the formula for the area is this: 1/2 AB sine C, where A and B are the two sides that are given, and that C is the angle between them. So if you check here now, if this is angle A, because the side facing angle A is small letter A. Let me bring it again. This is what you are given. So this is A, this is B, this is C, and the angle is 60 degrees. So the side facing angle is small letter A, and that is 4 centimeters. Then this is angle C, small letter C is 6 centimeters, and the angle B is 0. And that means here now we have two sides, A and C, and the angle between them is angle B. So that means area here is 1/2 AC sine B. Just know that when you are given two sides and the angle between them, you don't know the height, you don't know the base, then our base and side cannot work here. Then the formula that's applicable is that 1/2 times the product of the two sides given and the sine of the angle between them. Again, 1/2 times the product of the two sides given. Product means the outcome of multiplication. And the sine of the angle between them. The angle between them is angle B here. So that means this is going to give you 1/2 times 4 times 6 times sine 60 degrees. There. 1/2 times the product of the two sides. The two sides given are 4 cm and 6 centimeters. Then the angle between them is angle 60 degrees. That's the sine of angle 60 degrees. What is sine 60 degrees? Yes. 0.8666 centimeters. 0.5 is sine 30. So that means first 2 is 1, 2 is 2, So you are now having 2 times 6 times 0.8660. Anyone there? Is there anyone that's still writing the right hand side? So this becomes this is 12 times 0.866, 0.866 by 12. This is 12, 12, 13, 16, 17, 1, 6, 6, 8, 0. So that means this is 2, 9, 13, 10, 1. So it is 10.392 centimeters square. And that is the area. So please, generally, when you are given 2 sides of a triangle that is not right angle, you are given 2 sides and the angle between them, then the area is calculated in the formula. 1/2 times the product of the 2 sides and the sine of the angle between them. To find at this level, you cannot be given that. So when you get to the SS1, for sine, yes. Then another one, when you are given the 3 sides of a triangle, no angle is given. You are not having any angle at all. You are given the 3 sides and you are told to find the area. Let's say you are given this. No, this is not. Yeah. For instance, you are told to find this. Let's say this is triangle ABC. If you are told to find the area of this triangle, anyone? Yes, what's your name? You. Eh? Come on. Yes. Find area. Yes. Okay. Okay. Now, there's a formula for this as well. Sit up, everybody. When you are given the length of the 3 sides of a triangle, and you are told to find the area of the triangle, there's a formula that we call Hero's formula for finding the area of the triangle. Hero's formula. And that means Hero's formula is this: area is equal. That means when the 3 sides are labeled, maybe small letters A, B, and C. If it's an A, this small letter A. This angle B, this small letter B, this angle C, this small letter C. The formula is this: area is S into S minus A, S minus B, S minus C, where S itself is A plus B plus C over 2. Are you seeing this for the first time? Are you seeing this for the first time?
Yes.
It is called Hero's formula. Hero's formula is applicable to finding the area of a triangle when all the sides are given. That you don't have any angle at all, but you have the three sides of the triangle. So S is called the mid perimeter. You add all the three sides and divide by 2. Then A, B, and C are the length of the three sides. So let's apply this in solving this, and we'll stop there. Go, we still have time. We are still up to 15 minutes. So, if you check this question, A is 7, B is 6, C is equal to 5. So S we said is A plus B plus C over 2. And that is 7 plus 6 plus 5 over 2. 18 over 2, which is 9. That means our S is equal to 9. So go in there and substitute the values of S, A, B, and C. So that means area is equal to, we said the square root of S into S minus A, S minus B, S minus C. So that means this is going to be the square root of, our S is 9, then the bracket 9 minus 7, 9 minus 6, 9 minus 5. So this is going to give you the square root of 9 times 2 times 3 times 4. This is 12, 24 by 9. What's 24 times 9? 213. What is that? Now listen to this. Any other sit-up? When you are given the three sides of a triangle, please, this is not part of what we are doing. You are given the three sides of the triangle, and the instructions are, or the questions are to find the area of the triangle. I said the formula that is applicable is called the Hero's formula. Hero's formula is applicable when you don't have any angle, but you have the three sides of the triangle. So this is the formula. Area is the square root of S, then bracket S minus A, S minus B, and S minus C, where A, B, and C are the length of the sides of the triangle. So this is an example here. A is the side facing angle A, and that is 7 centimeters. B is the side facing angle B, that is 6 centimeters. C is the side facing angle C, which is 5 centimeters. So if you are told to find the area of this triangle, you can see no angle is given at all. But you have the sides, the three sides of the triangle. I'm going to find it, then you are applying the Hero's formula. And I said this is the Hero's formula, where S is the mid of the perimeter. Perimeter means add all the three sides, then divide by 2, that's the meaning of mid perimeter. So, if you are doing this now, A is 7, B is 6, C is 5. Find area. You have to first get the value of S. S is A plus B plus C over 2. That is 7, which is A, plus 6 plus 5, all over 2. 7 plus 6 will give you 13. And 13 plus 5 is 18. 18 divided by 2 is 9. That's how I got S to be 9. Then now put everything to the formula. Our S is 9, that's why you have 9. Then S minus A, that's 9 minus 7 in the first bracket. S minus B, that's 9 minus 6 in the second bracket. Then 9 minus 5 in the third one. 9 minus 2 is So 9 minus 7 is 2. So you have here is 9 times 2. 9 minus 6 is 3. That's times 3. And 9 minus 5 is 4. There. Now multiply everything. 9 times 2 is 18. Then 18 times 3 will give you 54. 54 by 4 now. 54 by 4. That is 16. So it's 216. Yeah. Any question before I go on? So 216 is same thing as 36 times 6. So this is same thing as square root of 36 times 6. And that is 6 times square root of 6. What is square root of 6? Square root of 6. Check your table. Or you leave the answer as 6 root 6. You can leave the answer as 6 root 6. Yes. Classwork. Mathematics, paper 3. Classwork. 2018 paper 3 questions 2A and B. You can do them within 5 minutes. 2A and B. 2018 paper 3. In your notebook. 2018 paper 3 questions 2A and B. Only. Yes, I want to mark now. What's finished? 2018 paper 3 questions 2A and 2B.
Number one, A, which one?
Yes, you are supposed to have finished. Yes. Yes. It shouldn't take you more than 5 minutes. I've finished this. Okay, let me add some questions to that and take it as assignment. I'm adding some questions and you are going to take it as an assignment. So, still 2018, paper 2. Paper 2, question 1 to 1. Let me see the questions. How simple they are. Paper 2. One to 15, but you have to solve and show working. Apart from this paper 3, now paper 2, 1 to 15, solve. I don't want A, B, C. Solve each question and show the answer. So as an assignment, let me see.
Look at that. You can go for that. This is 4 examples, 2 squared. So that means equals 2 squared minus 9 is also 3 squared and 3 all squared. Then there's no difference of 2 squared. So that means also equals 7 into 2 3 then 2 3 minus 3. Do you understand? Let's see. How is it 24? Is it minus? Is it minus?
I'll check tomorrow. I'll check tomorrow. Thank you. Very much.